Hello friends, it's Laura from Cool Mom and Collected, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is probably my last pregnancy update of this fourth pregnancy. I think my last pregnancy update was actually when I was 30 weeks pregnant, and so that's unacceptable. I did not want to leave you guys hanging, and so we're gonna go down the list and I'm just gonna share with you guys all of the new updates during this pregnancy. If you guys like this video and you want to see some upcoming videos of mine, which I'll give you guys a heads up, what's in my hospital bag, what's in my baby bag, those nesting for newborn episodes where I'm getting ready for baby to come to our tiny home and live with us. My next video, which I believe is gonna be my labor unmedicated birth plan, like all my techniques that I'm going to be using for unmedicated birth. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell and stay tuned because that's going to be fun. You guys might also hear some scripture music in the background. My kids are sleeping. It's a little late at night, so forgive me for that, but we're just going to hop right into it. So how many weeks am I? 38 weeks today, which I can't believe, guys, because with my last baby, I gave birth in 38 weeks. I gave birth 8 days before my due date. And so that's getting real and it's getting scary. It's getting like we're running out of time. Weight gain, I started at 145 pounds, which to be honest is probably already 10 pounds over my usual weight, but I have gained 20 pounds since then, which is pretty crazy. I'm at 165 pounds. So even though like between 25 and 35 pounds is perfectly normal for pregnancy and 20 pounds is perfectly normal for me to gain, because I started at 145, I'm definitely feeling like I'm getting up there, you know what I mean? Like 165, not really sure when I've ever been 165. So I'm probably at my heaviest. This is like college freshman, 20 weight. So it's, we're not concerned, but it's a little surreal. How is baby moving? Baby is moving a ton. Mainly at night is when I can really feel her out of control because, during the day I'm chasing around 3 other babies. And so it's just crazy at night. It's like huge spurts. I already know that the baby is head down, so I'm sure it's just like her feet and her arms swiping across, but that's really surreal and super comforting to know that she's moving and that she's well. I have been getting Braxton Hicks, I find, at the end of the night when I'm dehydrated, and that has given me a little scare a couple of times. Then I drank a bunch of water and they subsided, they went away. The real clue, guys, for me to realize like this is definitely real labor is when I start getting back labor. Tell me how many of you have gone through back labor, because I've had back labor with all 3 of my past pregnancies, and I've never had back labor and not actually gone into full-blown labor where I delivered. So it's always a little nerve-wracking because I might be getting Braxton Hicks, but I'm always kind of like, is back labor gonna start? That's really when it's game time and there's like no messing around. I recently took my GBS test. This is really annoying, but I actually have been GBS positive with all previous babies. If a test finds GBS in a woman's system, then the woman is said to be GBS positive. This means she has the GBS bacteria in her body, not that she's necessarily gonna be sick or that the baby's gonna be sick from it, or that she'll even have GBS on the day of delivery, because GBS can fluctuate in a woman's body. When I did my urine culture at 11 weeks, they found GBS in my urine that even led to a UTI. I tested a few weeks later and it was completely gone. I took a test for GBS a few weeks ago and was told that I have GBS in my body, but again, it could be gone by the day that I go into labor. So to be honest, my comfort as far as GBS is, and you should totally do your own research because I'm not a doctor, but I do have resources to research this stuff, and so I do. My comfort level is if my water were to break for a very long time, if I were to get a fever, if I were at risk, there's different risks you have to look for with GBS to be like super concerned about needing antibiotics. I would take that into consideration then. But right now, I'm a healthy pregnancy. I am assuming I'm not gonna have a fever. When I have given birth in the past, my water has broken upon pushing. So I was never in this state of like having my water break and I have hours and hours where maybe then I would consider getting the antibiotics. But just make sure you do your research, guys, because antibiotics may, help prevent GBS in your baby, but antibiotics can also cause a lot of issues to gut health and things like that. And that's why I kind of want to encourage you guys on here to, always do your own research. Even if you're not a doctor, you can still take the time to do the research and figure out those risks. And ask the doctor what are the risks, because there are risks and benefits to both ways. Remember how I told you I was pretty convinced I was not going to have gestational diabetes? I was pricking myself at home because I did not want to take that nasty sugar-filled, preservative-filled glucose test, and I did avoid that. However, when I gave my numbers into my midwife, I ended up finding out that my morning fasted numbers were a little too high, and so that gave them concern, and guess where they pointed me? Back to take the 1 hour glucose test. Only this time, guys, I am so happy they introduced me to the Fresh test, which is a natural glucose drink that you can take in replacement of the preservative kind, and it will be a game changer for you guys. I actually reached out to the Fresh test and I asked them if they would be willing to send me some for a review, and they did send me for the 1 hour. I actually have a video that I'm gonna put right here. Guys, you really need to watch it. It's a game changer. I hope to be pregnant again in the future, and I will definitely be using the Fresh test every time. It's even worth my own money, very affordable. I want you guys to check this video out. Like it, let me know if you try it. To complete my story, I ended up taking the 1 hour Fresh test, loved it. But the test doesn't guarantee you're gonna pass. It's just that very healthy alternative compared to the nasty one. Unfortunately, I failed the 1 hour glucose test, and the Fresh test was so sweet as to send me what I needed to take the 3 hour test, which was what my midwife recommended next. And guys, I passed. Oh! Will say, guys, I don't really swell in pregnancy. I'm kind of an all belly kind of girl, but lately, I don't know if it's that I'm running around with more kids, I'm not drinking enough water, maybe it's because it's my 4th pregnancy, I don't know, but I'm waking up feeling like I have the puffiest face I've ever seen of myself. I don't know if you guys can tell, not like in my arms, but kind of in my legs and in my ankles and in my, even in my feet. So this is different for me, and in my face. This is very, very different for me. I'm just embracing it, honestly, for the time being. There's nothing wrong with your body changing. I call it the pregnancy puff, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's kind of fun to be, to have a little bit more puff, a little bit more vibrancy, a little bit more glow. But I definitely did just want to say, I do notice more puff this time. And I'm curious, have you guys noticed you get more swollen as your pregnancies go on, or do you get less? Okay, cravings, guys. The only reason I included this is because I think my craving is hilarious. I've been craving cottage cheese, where I can straight up every night eat a whole cottage cheese out of the tub, like this size cottage cheese. I put a little bit of cinnamon, I put a little bit of berries, and it just tastes really, really good. So that's my craving. I know it's a healthy craving, and it could probably make a lot of people nauseous, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm taking probiotics, I'm taking my prenatals, I'm taking a urinary tract pill just to keep the downstairs healthy, and some iron. In terms of sleep, guys, I'm a night owl, such a night owl, but I will say in these past 2 weeks, it's hitting me. It is time to take sleep seriously, especially because when baby's here, sleep is not going to be an option. My 3 kids, I have an almost 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 18-month-old. They are doing really great sleeping. They sleep together in the same room and they sleep through the night, but it is going to be not that way in a little bit, which is totally fine, but that's why I'm trying to get my sleep now, especially so that I have the energy to pull through this unmedicated birth that I'm really aiming for. This is kind of fun, but I just found out my insurance company covers a breast pump. I exclusively breastfeed. I'm at home, so it's easy for me. I'm very thankful. It's a blessing. So I nurse my baby all the time. I literally, maybe with all of my kids, have pumped maybe 3 times, for 3 times in 1 year for each baby. Say the current pump I have breaks, it would be really smart to take the opportunity to get this new pump And so I checked my insurance and I ended up getting the Spectra 2. I was really tied between the Spectra 2 and the LV Stride, but then I found out I wasn't really covered fully for the LV Stride. It would have been like between, I don't know, $90 to $365. Spectra 2 was free, and I've heard so many good things about it. So let me know in the comments below if you like your Spectra 2. I'm really excited. A girlfriend of mine and I actually both got the same one. We're like a day apart, so it's really, really fun. Every week now I see my midwife, but I missed my last appointment because everybody in my family but me is throwing up. This is actually part of the reason why my videos have been delayed. I just had to say, you know what, I need to step back from editing and just pay attention to my family, get my sleep, do all that good stuff. But everybody was throwing up one after the other. It was pretty bad. No one was eating, so I wasn't eating. Like, the last thing I wanted to do in our tiny living quarters was watch someone throw up and then be like, I want some food. No, I was doing saltine crackers just like everybody else because I was terrified I was gonna start throwing up. Thank the Father, he protected me and he gave me all of the energy, although I was extremely sleep deprived, to take care of my family, and I'm glad that that's over with. We were actually all like, thank the Father, thank you Jesus, thank you Yeshua, that we were able to get all this sickness done before baby came, because I don't know what I would have done if this happened while baby was here. It would have been really, really terrifying. I do have discomfort this pregnancy, which honestly I really didn't have a lot of discomfort in my past 3 pregnancies. But I find that when I'm sleeping, I think it's because I don't have a pregnancy pillow this time around. Because like I'm sleeping on my side, and I think because my legs are like together, like tight like this, when I get up out of bed, I feel so much pressure and soreness on my pelvic floor region that I think like her head is there. My mom, who also had 4 children, was like, Laura, this is your 4th child. You know, that basement isn't getting any stronger. Like, it's gonna get weaker and weaker with each baby, especially if you're not doing what you should do to strengthen that pelvic floor. When I recover postpartum this time around, I'm definitely gonna like take healing very serious, rebuild those muscles. I'm gonna share a belly shot now. I thought about getting all dressed up for this video, and then I was like, you know what? Pregnant women who are watching this video want to see pregnant women who are wearing the same clothes as they are. Sweatshirt, hoodie, and pregnancy pants. I meant to say pajama pants. That's what I'm wearing, guys. I'm being true to the situation, true to this reality. So just forgive that this isn't super glamorous, but I know you're probably not glamorous right now either. Which, if you are, that's fine too. In that case, go you, but I'm not. Ugh. I'm gonna lift this up, guys, just so you can see. So this is the belly. She's round. She's legit like a bowling ball. Like, I feel like I'm walking around with a watermelon constantly because she's just so round. I guess that's it. I'm so thankful to have been able to update you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get this out before I give birth, just so that you guys are kind of like in the loop at the timeline that we're going. Definitely hit subscribe and stay tuned, because I really want to share with you guys about my labor and delivery plans. I kind of just spent the past few days praying for comfort and really just going over in my head what I've done in the past, what's worked in the past, and I'm excited to share some new methods too. I also have some really fun unmedicated birth blog posts that I want to share that I can link down below, but I'll definitely link down in my next video. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my pregnancy journey and just for encouraging me. And I pray that if you guys are pregnant like I am, that you are having a good pregnancy as well. Say a prayer for me if you think of it, please, because baby could be coming anytime. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.